Hi, welcome back to the Cardiff International Film Festival 2020 online. The first time we've ever gone online here, which is really quite exciting because it's very new and fresh. I'm Victoria George-Veale, and today I am joined by the wonderful documentary category. So first of all, many congratulations everyone on making it to the final selection. Welcome. So as everyone knows here, it's been really hard. It's been a really tough year this year for filmmakers in particular because of the coronavirus pandemic. So first of all, I'm going to hit Lawrence Richards up, who is Son of Cornwall. He's representing the documentary Son of Cornwall. So Lawrence, would you like to unmute yourself, and I'll ask you a lovely little question for today's Zoom meeting. So how has this year, has it kind of put a really bad impact on your filmmaking? Have you had any challenges with making the film?
It's mixed. So the documentary was actually finished already. Luckily, we were in the final weeks of post-production when COVID really hit bad, but that didn't affect that film as much because I was able to remotely finish off most of what had to be done. So I didn't really have to meet with the editor anymore. And
okay. So it kind of worked out well for you then?
Timing wise, definitely. For making it, let's see distribution wise what it means for the film. I'm not sure yet. So
and obviously we have Christoph here, who's on the bottom of my laptop screen. Hi, Christoph.
Yeah. Hello.
In the same working on the same documentary as Lawrence. So hi, Christoph. Do you want to introduce yourself to the public?
Yes, yeah. My name is Christoph, and I'm one of the associate producers of the film Son of Cornwall. And well, yeah. What else would you like to know?
Well, you can just tell us a little bit about the documentary. How was it filming with John? Because I know that he's an amazing opera singer, tenor, and that must have been an amazing experience to actually collaborate with John.
Yeah, definitely. It's a very interesting project, I think, and well, I hope that we will find well, an adequate audience for the film in spite of the pandemic, which might turn out to become a little bit difficult, to release it to cinemas. But we'll see how the pandemic goes and what the situation will be like. Well, we are going to release the film by the end of March. So yeah, it's a little bit time till then. So we'll see.
Fantastic.
Just so you know,
sorry, go on, Lawrence.
No, it's okay. My dad, John Trelevin, is the main character of the movie. I'm his son. I made the film. Christoph jumped on board throughout post-production to help me with distribution. So he can't really answer questions about the shoot itself. He wasn't there with us in Cornwall. But
yes. So seeing as you're the son, which is fantastic, your father is an incredibly talented guy. I know you've probably had a lot of people telling you the same thing, but how was it filming with him this documentary? Because it must have been quite an interesting process.
Yeah, it was very emotional. I mean, it was a roller coaster ride, really. It's something I've been wanting to do ever since I came out of film school. Because I always believed my dad's story is something worth being put on celluloid. Yeah, I mean, obviously it was it's been a very long process. So it was something that has been in my mind for, I'd say, probably 18 years, maybe something like that. So, and I'd already filmed a bit of footage here and there, but none of it had a very good storyline yet. It was all just me filming him backstage, doing things here and there. Plus, at the time, he was still very much successful internationally without his career, and he didn't want to take any risks. My mum, especially in the background, was like not wanting me to be too close in the film, really. She wanted it to be more of a promotional film, which was nothing that I was interested in. So it was actually quite good when he was close to retirement to make the film, because it meant he was a lot more open-minded for showing his weaknesses as well as his successes. And as you've probably only seen the trailer, but we kind of don't go into depth about it in there, but in the film itself we go into depth quite a bit about his problems that he had throughout his life. addiction problems, things like that, really hard things to discuss, especially with your own son. And so it was very emotional. But I think that was the main reason maybe I was the person to make this film, because anyone could have made a really good biopic about him, probably, any good filmmaker. But I, as a son, obviously had different questions to ask. So yeah.
You are a family member, so I don't think it could be made by a better person, to be honest. And I cannot wait to see the full documentary, because it's something that really intrigues me, because I just love music. I'm also a musician, so thank you for making it, because I can't wait to see his life and his journey throughout, you know, his singing career. So thank you. Right, let's move on to Frank. So if you'd like to unmute yourself, Frank. So which documentary are you representing today for the public, if you'd like to let the public know?
Yes, I'm representing Vandalism, which has been a project I filmed nearly 2.5 years ago. It was just a street artist convention called, like, there was a place which could be reinvented by a street artist, and I just took my camera and just joined it without
Amazing.
concept, just going for it for 3 weeks, took my daughter with it, and I'm a DP.
Okay.
I made a film about a wedding about 15 years ago, which also entered film festival. It was a wedding present. So it never drove me actually to be a filmmaker. I only felt like I only make a film and really want to tell a story. And that was a story. I was interested in street art, traveling the world, and being particularly interested in stencils. So my question is actually why these people are doing it, doing things which will be destroyed the next day, will be never seen by people. The artists who are doing projects built when houses will be teared down the next day and nobody will see it. So what is street art in general? So I just had an adventurous 1-hour doc.
That's incredible. You sound like a very spontaneous filmmaker. I like it. So
yeah.
Did you come across any challenges or obstacles when you were filming this specific documentary, or was it pretty plain smoothing, you know, smooth sailing?
I mean, working with artists, I mean, you join a place of artists who come in there 24 hours a day, street artists who are actually being and graphic designers during the day and going in there at night, doing party, doing some spraying. So you can't make appointments with artists. I mean, I took my daughter, I had to run a family, I had to be at home cooking, and I actually was like inhaled by fume of the space was inhaled. I mean, like, I'm like full of fume everywhere. So we actually did a Corona film at that time already, because we have interviews with people wearing masks. So everybody's wearing masks. So it's a very Corona-friendly film, actually.
Gosh.
So I did everything: editing, filming. As I said, I'm a DP, and no budget. Zero.
No budget?
No, zero. I am the camera. Everything is just people give me the equipment. I just went for it.
Gosh, you've done amazingly. You know, you're in the official selection for Cardiff International Film Festival. So congratulations.
Thank
Fantastic.
you. Yeah, I was actually
it just
delighted.
Makes the point. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Frank, for joining us today.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to move on to Leah Beltrami. I think I pronounced that correctly. Oh, thank you. Do you want to unmute yourself so the public can hear your lovely voice? I think you're still... There we go. So which country are you based in right now? Are you in the UK? Are you in a different country?
At the moment, I'm in Italy. I'm in the mountains, in the Dolomites.
I am so envious right now. I wish I was there. Okay, great. So
down the mountain right now, so that's why I was running.
Oh, it looks wonderful. I wish I was there. So do you think, because everything is basically virtual, it's online now, you know, even the film festival, do you think this is the way forward for filmmakers and the world of film, or do you think it may hinder us a little bit?
I really hope that it will come the time when it will go back to a change, because virtually is unbearable. I mean, I could release my documentary Wells of Hope 1 week before the lockdown. So we had 2 screenings in 2 cinemas.
Right.
So I got the emotion of the people, and people crying, people asking questions, people being together in a room. And then suddenly started the lockdown. So the film went into 20 international film festivals. It won 4 awards. So I was happy for this. But, you know, can you receive an award online, or maybe, I mean, it's so depressing. I must be honest, for me, it's very, but there is a but. So one side is depressing. The other side, for example, I like very much the way you are doing it with a person to person, like this meeting. I love to see you and the other filmmakers, because I was missing from film festivals so much. Seeing at least, okay, we are on Zoom, but maybe I will contact you. I was fascinated from the first two people talking. So I really think we shouldn't surrender right now. It's just a time. We just need to go inside ourselves, breathe in, breathe out, and try to respond to offers like Cardiff International Film Festival, which is really amazing.
Oh, thank you. It was such lovely words. And it is really lovely to, even though we're not physically meeting, even though I interviewed last year, it was, you know, it was a lovely experience, but at the same time, this is also such a fantastic experience to at least see everyone's faces and to match a documentary to the face, to the director, to an actress, to an actor. So it's lovely to meet you all virtually anyway, and thank you for joining me today. So I'm going to move on to Joel van der Molen, who I actually had the privilege of meeting last year in person. Hi, Joel. You need to unmute yourself, Joel.
That's
Hello.
better. There we go. Always forget the unmute button.
We would have to do miming games. Yeah. Okay. So you're joined by your wonderful co-star, Caroline. So Caroline, I think you're already unmuted, which is great. So we can kind of talk between the three of us now. So your documentary, Joel, is called The Magnificence of You. And I saw the trailer, fantastic. And I have to say, it's so interesting to watch something that was actually, it's based on your true life story, right?
That's correct, yes.
So you're quite brave, because obviously it's quite an exposure for you. You know, you must be quite courageous to do that sort of thing. So tell me more about that. What was the inspiration? Did you just wake up one morning and think, I need to make a documentary about this? Or
it really stemmed from the last one, which was Living My Illusion, which of course was in Cardiff last year. And just to mention to Leah, who spoke, you're right about the the atmosphere that, well, Cardiff last year was wonderful. You get to meet all these creative minds and something. Let's not lose that, even though we're on Zoom. Please connect. I would love to connect with you all, as if we were really at the Cardiff International Film Festival back there when the world was a different place in 2019. But yeah, so I had all this experience of documentaries where I myself was the subject, and this is really a continuation on from that, based on a relationship that I had. And it's about how we tend to get led by our ego, how we live in the, how we create a mental understanding to protect our ego story of why someone or something is good for us, whilst we're disconnecting from our heart's inner knowing, the voice inside that is saying to us that this is not right, but we choose to ignore it and suppress that feeling, whether that's with addictions, distractions, or a Netflix subscription. And, so we end up hurting inside. It is a biographical account. And, we had an immensely entertaining time, Caroline and I, filming from Cyprus and Bucharest with our Mexican camera crew following us. So it's a very international production.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. And Caroline, what was it like filming with Joel? Was this your first project with Joel, or have you done, projects in the past together?
So that was the first time. It was horrible. Joel is also...
I knew I could rely on you.
I love the support, guys. I'm feeling the love.
Can't you lie once?
No, he's also a very spontaneous filmmaker, and it was amazing because what we try to capture in Magnificence of You is really true life. And playing that role, I was basing myself in my past relationships and how we can all, in a certain way, relate to that, to the fact that we want to find an answer that it's outside of us, and then we're just avoiding to go inside. So it was beautiful. During the time that we were filming, I think I was learning things myself, which was great.
That's the best feeling, isn't it, as an actress, when you're learning, on the job as well. I think we can all still learn, we can all improve. You know, we can all kind of absorb new knowledge. And yeah, it's great. But I saw the trailer and I thought you both had a really good rapport coming through the screen. So I can't wait to see the full documentary. So congratulations. And it's lovely for you both joining us today. So thank you so much for coming in.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to move on to Raul Bueno.
Hello.
Hello, both. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. So, first of all, I apologize all of you for my English. I don't speak English. Pepa is here for help me.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. But I think your English, well, so far is quite good. So hopefully no problems here. It'll be absolutely fine. So with your documentary, I noticed, I saw the trailer, and the women of that particular island, is it an island or a country?
Yes, it's the Visagos Island.
Yes.
In opposite the coast of Guinea-Bissau. The island is part of the Guinea-Bissau, 100 of island. And in the island of Orango, the society is a matriarchy. And
they seem very, very fierce and proud, protective. Is that correct?
Yes, the women run the economy, the law, the family, and the religious things.
So what was it like filming? What was it like filming that particular documentary? Because it looks, you know, really, really intriguing. Were there any memories on set?
The difficulty of the location because there are infrastructure.
Well, it was like a kind of place where there weren't little infrastructures. Is that a word in English? I don't know. Like they had to stay in a little hotel, and the water, the running water or the light, it was kind of difficult, but well, they had a good time there with the people.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but the people were kind of reserved. It was difficult to convince them to join the documentary and these kind of things. But
interesting. So how did you convince them in the end to be a part of your documentary?
It takes time para ganarse la confianza, estar un tiempo. Sí.
There was an ONG, a Spanish ONG, working there with them to promote their economy and things like that. So through this ONG, we could, like the relationship was easier to participate in the documentary.
Well, thank goodness for that. Thank goodness they were there to help out, because I think it would have been quite a hard documentary to film otherwise, you know. So fantastic, congratulations. And we have our last lovely filmmaker at the bottom corner of my laptop, and your name is Novera, I believe, Hassan Nikan.
Hello, can you hear me?
Crystal clear. Now, which documentary are you representing? Because I know you had a bit of a technical issue at the beginning of the meeting.
Yeah. Okay, my English is not so good, so I apologize at first.
It's great.
Okay, the name of my documentary is The Girls Are Not Brides, and it's about the child marriage issue.
Amazing. Go on, sorry.
Hello?
Hello, yes, carry on.
Okay, and what did you ask me? I just forgot, actually.
No, it's okay. So your documentary is on child marriage in Bangladesh, I believe, which is very interesting, and it's affecting so many young girls out there, so many, and it's such an upsetting situation. I can't even begin to imagine. But it's good because I think your documentary is showing the positive side. So it's showing certain girls' stories of how they managed to escape and make a better life for themselves, I believe, which I think is really refreshing because there are quite a lot of documentaries out there that show, you know, maybe more of the negative side, but it's great that you've created the positive, you know, the positive vibes out there. So thank you for doing that. So what inspired you to go ahead with this documentary?
Okay, actually right now I am 22 years of old and I'm from a middle class family. And then when I was growing up and when I was attaining my 15 years birthday, then I started hearing the requests of get married, to get marrying.
Okay.
You know, so and then with my family support I completed my A level and O level degrees, and then right now I'm graduating from fine arts and printmaking discipline. But many of my best friends who were too much brilliant in many subjects, but they got married before their 18th birthday, and one of my friend has died because of the early birth issue, and two of my friends already have some vaginal cancer problem or something like that for the premature uh, um, um, for the premature pregnancy. And this thing hit me a lot. So and then we have many programs about child marriage issues on our TVs and radios to encourage onto what should I say, to stop child marriage. We have many programs we can hear in radios or in televisions, but all of them are full of sorrows and pains, which we already know about this thing. This means and if you show the sorrows more and more, I don't think it can create any positive energy to anyone.
Thank you.
So that's why I thought that yes, I would make a documentary on child marriage, but I wouldn't express more about the negativity or the sorrows, because everyone knows the sorrows, but only some people know the success stories of the girls who has fight against. And I want to represent my characters. They are absolutely, you know, as it's a documentary, it's not fiction, they all are the real characters, and I didn't put any other words, and I didn't pollute them, not even a single word. I didn't pollute them with my words. They just showed themselves, and I try to represent them as our models, as our hero, and to take positive energies from them.
That's great. And that's exactly what I'd like to hear, you know, seeing the positive side and following these strong girls, because they must be incredibly strong to get through that, to get past that and to escape. I can't even begin to imagine how much strength they need to have. But it's very, very inspiring. And thank you for creating that for the public to watch. Right, so we have our last 10 minutes, well, actually 9 minutes and 23 seconds now, guys. So if we'd just like to start with Frank on where we can find your documentary online, if anyone wants to follow you on Instagram and connect, that would be great. Thank you.
You can't find, right now you can't find it nowhere.
Okay.
And I'm not on Instagram, I'm sorry. I'm just on Facebook. And I'm trying to find a link where you actually can watch it for €2, something like that, on a site where you have like low budget documentary stuff like that. So it's a format. I mean, I'm working mostly for television. I know the format. It's a format which doesn't fit nowhere. It's for art exhibitions. It's more like an experimental kind of very essay kind of film. So.
Okay.
And there's a street art scene out there who actually might interested what these guys are, or these people are actually. So I will keep you posted about where you can find it.
Please do drop us an email and we can help promote you guys. Okay, thank you so much. Let's move on to Lawrence Richards.
Hey, yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
So it's the same thing. If you'd like to just help promote your documentary, the title of the documentary, and where we can find maybe the trailer, and, you know, keep following you guys.
Sure. Well, the film's named The Son of Cornwall. The trailer is available on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, pretty much everywhere. It's my film production company is called Indie Visuals, INDIE Visuals. If you type in Son of Cornwall and Indie Visuals, you'll definitely find a trailer. And I was kind of hoping, or maybe assuming, you guys were going to be posting the trailers to the films. I'm not sure how that works.
Yes, I think Raheel and the team are doing that. I think I'm just the presenter, so I'm hosting these meetings, so I don't actually do that side of the admin, unfortunately. So it might be best to get in touch with Raheel and the team for that one.
Okay, thanks.
But thanks, Lawrence. Thank you so much for joining us today. Okay, so do we go to Caroline, or do we go to Joel, or do we go to both of them? I think maybe you could both unmute yourselves and maybe you could take it in turns, just because I'd like to have an equal balance here.
Keep it fair. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it'd be great to connect with everybody. You know, we're Vandacom Films, and you can find us on all of social media, but our website is vandacom.com, because what I want to do is connect with all of the documentary makers, because what we do is provide, we tell people's stories, we capture people's stories in a beautiful film, and it'd be nice to work with some of you. So please do check that out and make contact with me if you're, you know, in the UK and you're interested in being a part of what we do. There's a lot of work coming up, so maybe some things will interest you, but please get in contact. Magnificence of You, where can we find that, Caroline? Where can people find out about that?
So you go on magnificenceofviewfilm.com and you can find the press kit, the trailer, and a little bit more about it. And we hope soon to have a distribution.
Yay.
Fantastic, exciting times for you then.
Yes.
Oh, good luck. I wish you all the very best. I really do. Okay, thank you guys. Now let's move on to Raul Bueno.
Hello.
With wonderful English, by the way.
You're very kind.
We can find in social media of the producer 180 Wildlife Production.
Okay.
On the website too, and the distributor is Fritz Box Media. Fritz Box Media.
Yeah.
Okay, great, thank you so much. And are you Spanish?
Yeah.
Great, okay, muchas gracias.
Okay.
Just a tiny bit. Right, great, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, Christoph. Oh, actually, you're the same as Lawrence, aren't you? But if you'd like to say anything else, if you have anything to add here, that's fine. If you don't, we can move on.
Well, since I've muted my microphone anyway, no, I don't actually have that much to say. So since we only have a couple of minutes left, I think it's better if you move on. And
no problem. That's absolutely fine.
Thank you very much
for joining us, Christoph. It's really, really lovely of you. Okay, let's go to Novera. Now, where can we find your trailer and your documentary, or anything else that we would like to find about you?
Okay, I have my film's trailer on the YouTube, and you can only type my name, Novera Hassan Nicole, and you can find me on the Vimeo and also on YouTube and also on Facebook, of course, and my upcoming works, you'll see.
Okay, so all the public have to do is type in your full name, which is Novera Hassan Nikon, into the social media platforms, and your film work will come up, yes?
Okay. Okay, yes.
Great, perfect. Thank you so much for joining us. And last but not least, we have Leah.
Yes, my film Works of Hope. It's about, we didn't say human trafficking in Arab countries and organs traffic. And it's about women reacting, activist women. So if you are interested in it, you can find on my website, which is leabeltrami.it, or on socials like Leah Beltrami. And also the company name is Aurora Vision. So
Fantastic. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. I wish you all the very best of luck. And once again, I do wish that I was meeting you guys in person, but you never know, maybe next year we might even bump into each other. So once again, I wish you all the very best for this awards ceremony coming later this week, and have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. See you next time.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.